Hi, my name is Ana Maria Perosa Daza. I'm from Colombia. I have 27 years old and I'm environmental engineer of the Universidad de los Andes in Bogota. In 2013, I finished my career and I got my diploma. And I have 2 years of experience of my field. So, in my personal experience, I was 3 years in ISEC, and it helped me to discover some of my skills and abilities as well as to have different experiences, not only to grow personally but also professionally. Um, some of my skills that I thought that I have and abilities are like assertive communication because when I speak with someone, I'm clear about what I'm saying, even my point of view, and people around me understand that. Mm, ability to work under pressure. I know how to manage my stress and how to organize myself to accomplish in time what I have to do. Um, communicate with young and old people. For me, it's not a problem to work with people that is older or younger than me. I think every person has some like good ideas, and each of them could help in any process. And of course, um, all people have respect, and we can have the respect for that. Decision making. Um, well, in a selection group, of the course of the action among several alternative possibilities. Depending on what the project needs, I tried to make it the best choice that I thought this could be the best choice. Um, I don't know, and others like developing plans of project, expressing good ideas, learning, learning about personal stuff and about other people around me, uh, leading leading teams, listen people, organize files, and of course team building. Um, well, I have different leadership roles in ISEC, like member in challenge management area. And when I learned how to motivate the teamwork, development, and improving our professional skills in this, in my point of view, my first approach to that kind of work about motivation and about people and about how to improve their skills to be something and someone better. Um, well, later I was the engineer coordinator of the in outgoing global internship program OGIT, and in this role I developed skills as working as a team leader. It's my first time as a team leader. Sales, marketing strategy, public relations, and well, like if you are if you are working in ISX, you also have you also development computer skills like web design, audio, project, and etc. about it. Mm, so in general, all the activities I did help me to improve myself in strategic sales skills and effective communication between nationwide and of course the logistical support and international combination cooperation. Mm, well, one of my favorite and enriching experience in ISX and in my life was to be part of our organizing committee of a national event. I was the logistics vice president of the national party meeting in 2012. Uh, I was in charge of all the logistic requirements of an event that was executed in 5 days with 300 young leaders about 17 Colombian cities, and the requirements were transport, housing, agenda manager, hotel integration activities, and well, coordinate all the thing with my team, like all logistics, the logistics work of that event. So in this experience, I recognize that my limits are in my mind, and if I think that I can break my fears, I could do magical things that that I didn't know that I can do. I just learned when a team is strong, they became a family more than a teamwork. Doesn't matter if you have to deal with critical problems. If you have your family and if you have your friends, you can solve them. I learned about I learned about friendship, and also I learned about that if you love what you do it at your work, you work it better, and you feel it and you feel it like the best enrichment food to your soul. Um, I will be always grateful to the ISEC because I have learned so many skills right now that actually are my personal strength in my daily professional life. And not so many people have the privilege that I have to develop myself. Um, so in professional experience, well, I have 2 years of experience in my field. Um, Actually, I worked in an environmental consulting company about a year ago, and my position in my company is to supervise and support different politics projects. As the first one was the strategic environmental and social assessment in the Colombian Pacific, and formulate strategic guidelines for sustainability. The second one was the technical support in the formulation of a national environmental policy for coal exploitation. The third one was technical support as well in the strategic environmental assessment of port policy in Colombia. Um, I work in coordination support and development visual basic app for body indicators for monitoring and evaluate the public policy of sustainability of mining and energy sector. And I coordinate a project about the for structuring alternative for domestic waste management in Risaralda. That is a department in Colombia. Well, in those projects, I have to learn and how to speak with important people like ministries, directors of public entities, majors, communities, and make the documents and investigation under the terms of contract and customer requirements. I had learned about management, finance, project management, and work under pressure. In the other hand, I want to say that in my first job, I was the investigation assistant in the research group of urban and regional sustainability of the Department of Civil and Environmental Engineering at my university. And I support the institutional regulatory support for low carbon urban transport in Colombia. And that project was part of the British Embassy's Prosperity Fund program here in my country. Um, I present the theoretical framework for air pollution in Colombia, and it is published online. So you can see it if you on this video. It's writing in Spanish. Sorry about that. This was a theoretical work that showed a general theory about pollution, the principles followed here in Bogota that affect human health and environment, and a direct approach in the relationship between transport and health, and that that work is beyond to Colombian cities, the Bogota y Cali. Later, in the same research work, in the research group, I work in a diagnosis of air pollution associated with the freight transport in Bogota. In that project, I'm making analyzing analyzing and comparison of clean alternative technologies for public transport in 17th Avenue in Bogota. Actually exists right now with hybrid buses. I was very excited about it. And support and the my finish up, I was the supporter writing the emissions chapter in the Mobility Observatory in 2030 in 2013. So for that job, I learned about pollution models, transport simulations, programming in Visual Basic 2, and of course my personal knowledge about myself and how to improve to achieve my goals. Why Brazil? Well, my first my first approach with Brazil was when I took a Portuguese classes with ISEC here in Bogota, and my teacher was from Sao Paulo, and her name was Carolina, and she teaches about culture, about her food, music, and of course soccer. And since that moment, I realized that I will go to Brazil someday. And not only because carnivals and stuff, but also about learn about flavors, about others, textures, and all kind of stuff that nature gives to Brazil. Uh, and well, I play guitar since 13 since I was 13 years old. Like as you see behind me is my guitar. So I'm interested in music, and one of my homeworks of my class was about singers of Sao Paulo, and I discovered Italy, and that woman is an incredible rock musician. So I thought that I hope I can find her. I found her there somewhere. Um, well, I want to go to Rio, of course, and I want to go to Ribera del Preto because one of my best friends went there and changed her life. So I think that I want to learn about myself. I think that this experience about personal knowledge about what I want to do, what I realize to do, and what I have to do to grow up. Uh, I want to know me better. I want to have the opportunity to prove myself that I'm ready to go to my happiness. And this is what is significant for me to go to this. So thank you very much for this opportunity, and I hope I can feel your expectations If you have some other questions or if you have any other requirement, I'm available for you anytime you want. So thank you, and I've been waiting.